For ages, German luxury sedans have ruled the roost, right? If you wanted the best in four-door performance, the coolest tech, and ultimate comfort, you looked to Germany. But what if that's all about to change? What if a new challenger, packing some serious heat and that unmistakable American attitude, isn't just knocking but about to kick the door wide open? Forget everything you thought you knew about American luxury. The 2026 Cadillac CT5-V isn't just here to play, it's here to win. The Cadillac CT5, especially the V-Series models, has always been a solid performer, often flying under the radar. But the 2026 model? This is a full-on assault. Cadillac isn't just aiming to be good for an American car anymore, they're shooting for best in the world. You can see that ambition in its sharper, meaner look, but the real story is what's inside. Facing off against it are the usual heavyweights BMW, probably with its legendary 5 Series and sporty 3 Series, and Mercedes-Benz with its E-Class and C-Class. These aren't just cars, they're institutions. They've got decades of engineering brilliance, polished refinement, and a whole army of loyal fans who expect the absolute best. Their insides are like showcases of perfect craftsmanship, their tech is usually cutting edge, and their performance, undeniable. So here's the million-dollar question. Has Cadillac finally bottled that American spirit of innovation and luxury into something so good it can not only hang with the Germans but actually beat them at their own game? The first shots have definitely been fired. Step inside the 2026 Cadillac CT5-V and one thing just grabs your attention, a massive 33-inch diagonal advanced LED display. Seriously, this thing is huge. It's not just a screen, it's like a panoramic digital hub that blends the driver's gauges and the main infotainment system into one seamless piece. With Google built in, you get Google Maps, Google Assistant, and a bunch of apps you can download straight from the Play Store. And of course, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, so your phone hooks up without a fuss. Now, how does this compare to what the Germans are doing? BMW's latest iDrive systems, often with that cool curved display mixing a 12.3-inch instrument screen and a 14.9-inch central touchscreen, are super slick and easy to use. Mercedes-Benz, with its MBUX system, often does a similar dual-screen thing or uses a big portrait-style central screen, sometimes even their super screen that stretches over to the passenger side. Both German systems are top-notch, packed with features and quick to respond. But the sheer size and the way Cadillac has integrated its 33-inch display, it feels like a leap into the next generation. It's not just about how big it is, it's about how it makes everything work together. The graphics are sharp, the interface is surprisingly intuitive for such a big screen, and having Google's ecosystem means navigation is a breeze and voice commands actually work well. Some might say screens are getting too big, but you can't deny the wow factor and how much more immersive and informative this setup can be. Is this the knockout punch in the tech fight? For anyone who wants easy, massive, and smart digital integration, the CT5-V is making a super strong argument. It feels less like an update and more like they've completely rethought what a car's digital experience should be. When it comes to tech that helps you drive, Cadillac is playing its Ace Super Cruise. It's widely seen as one of the best hands-free driving systems out there. Super Cruise lets you take your hands off the wheel on compatible highways, and it handles the steering, acceleration, and braking. It can even change lanes for you. This isn't just about making driving easier, it's about making long trips less tiring and giving us a peek at what self-driving cars will be like. And it's available on both the CT5-V and the even hotter Blackwing, which is a big deal. BMW has its Highway Assistant, part of their Driving Assistant Professional package, which also lets you drive hands-free on certain highways. Mercedes-Benz has its own advanced driver assist packages with features like active distance assist, Distronic, and active lane keeping assist. And some of their models are even getting close to level 3 autonomy with Drive Pilot under specific conditions. All these systems are incredibly advanced, but Super Cruise keeps getting awards for how smoothly it works, how clear its interface is, and how many roads it works on. The latest versions of Super Cruise just keep getting better. The CT5-V also comes loaded with other safety features like adaptive cruise control, HD surround vision, blind zone steering assist, and better parking aids. The real difference often comes down to how well these systems work in the real world and how much you trust them. Cadillac is all in on Super Cruise, making it a standout feature, and that says a lot. For drivers who really want a solid and easy-to-use hands-free system, the CT5-V with Super Cruise makes a strong case that it's not just catching up to the Germans, but, in some ways, especially for real-world highway driving, it might actually be leading. Luxury can be a personal thing, but you know quality and comfort when you feel it. The 2026 CT5-V is aiming for a distinctly premium American kind of luxury. The cabin is decked out with high-end materials with options for full semi-aniline leather seats, suede microfiber on the steering wheel and shifter, and real carbon fiber bits. You can even customize the ambient lighting with 126 different color choices. Heated, cooled, and massaging front seats are on the menu, and an ultra-view dual-pane sunroof can make the cabin feel even more open and airy. German interiors? They're famous for their perfect build quality, classy designs, and how everything is laid out for the driver. BMW usually goes for a sportier kind of luxury with supportive seats and a cockpit-like feel. Mercedes-Benz often leans into opulence and tech, with flowing designs and top-shelf materials throughout the E-Class and C-Class. Where Cadillac might really shine, though, is with pure spaciousness and a certain kind of plush comfort. The CT5 series often has more rear legroom and trunk space than some of its European competitors, making it a better pick for daily driving and road trips. This premium American comfort isn't just about soft seats, it's about an interior that feels generous and welcoming. And the AKG Studio audio systems, 15 speakers in the CT5-V and an upgraded 16-speaker version in the Blackwing, are promising a seriously good listening experience, ready to take on the Harman Kardon systems you often find in BMWs and Mercedes. Sure, in the past, some people said Cadillac interiors weren't quite up to German standards in every little detail. But this 2026 refresh, with its clear focus on better materials and a more luxurious feel, shows they're serious about closing any gap. If the CT5-V can deliver on that promise of lavish materials, extra space, and that killer AKG sound, it could offer a level of comfort that many will find more appealing than the sometimes more business-like precision of its rivals from across the pond. Okay, we've been talking a lot about tech and luxury, but this is a CT5-V we're discussing, so we absolutely have to get into its performance. The standard CT5-V is rocking a potent 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, kicking out 360 horsepower. That'll get you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4.6 to 4.8 seconds. For those who need the ultimate thrill, the CT5-V Blackwing, which is a whole other animal we've talked about before, unleashes a mind-blowing 668 horsepower from its 6.2-liter supercharged V8. Both V-Series models get Cadillac's fantastic magnetic ride control. This is an adaptive suspension system that reads the road and adjusts itself in milliseconds to give you the perfect mix of a comfy ride and sharp handling. Plus, you can get all-wheel drive on the CT5-V, which is great for traction in any weather. These numbers put the CT5-V right in the ring with performance models from BMW's M Performance line and Mercedes AMG. For example, the BMW M3 Competition has 503 horsepower and hits 60 in 3.4 seconds, while the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio gives you 505 horsepower for a 3.6-second sprint. The standard CT5-V lines up more against cars like the BMW M340i or Mercedes-AMG C43 with their V6 engines. The Blackwing, though, that's playing with the M3 Competition and often aiming even higher. The main takeaway here is that Cadillac isn't just slapping big screens and fancy seats onto an average car. That V badge means it's a legitimate performance machine. This underlying capability makes sure that this luxurious tech-packed sedan is also a blast to drive. And that's a must-have for any car that wants to rule this tough segment. The chassis itself is built to take on Europe's best sports sedans. Alright, the evidence is piling up. A monster screen, actual hands-free driving, an interior built for serious comfort, and all of it backed up by real performance. So what do you think? Is the new 2026 Cadillac CT5-V a true contender that can finally steal the crown from BMW and Mercedes? Or are the German giants still untouchable in your book? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. We really want to hear them. And if you're enjoying this battle for luxury sedan supremacy, do us a favor and hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss our next automotive showdown. So where does all this leave us? That breathtaking 33-inch Google-powered display in the CT5-V? It's not just big, it's a bold statement that feels genuinely next-gen. It's a clear win for screen size and smarts. When it comes to driver assistance, Cadillac Super Cruise is, by many accounts, a leader in hands-free highway driving, offering an experience that's both mature and inspires confidence, directly challenging and maybe even beating what Germany offers in terms of ease of use and how many roads it works on. And the interior, if Cadillac delivers on that promise of premium American comfort, think spaciousness, plush seats and top-tier audio, they've got a very attractive alternative to the European way. Of course, brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz have built their reputations over decades. Their engineering, huge model ranges and proven refinement are serious strengths. They won't give up their top spots easily. However, the 2026 Cadillac CT5-V isn't just some plucky underdog anymore. It's a carefully engineered, tech-forward challenger that seems to have zeroed in on the areas where it can make the biggest splash. So should BMW and Mercedes be looking over their shoulders? That warning in our title wasn't just for show. The 2026 CT5-V, especially with its focus on dominant tech and a fresh take on American luxury, is the most serious threat to their reign we've seen in years. It's a sign that America isn't just back in the luxury sedan game, it's playing to win. The 2026 Cadillac CT5-V is more than just an impressive car. It's a symbol that the American auto industry is fired up and ready to battle for every piece of the luxury market. With its daring technology, dedication to comfort, and that V-Series performance spirit, it's a car you absolutely have to take seriously. The European old guard has been officially warned, the challenger from across the Atlantic is here, and it's definitely coming for the crown. Thanks for joining us on this one. Let the debate begin in the comments. Until next time, drive safe, and may the best sedan win.